These 5 people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Hello and welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers must try to beat arguably the greatest quiz team in Britain. Our Eggheads are clever, they're confident, and between them they have the most impressive television quiz credentials in the country. Please welcome our dream team.
Hello, my name's Judith Keppel and I was the first person in Britain to win £1 million on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Hello, I'm Kevin Ashman and I currently hold the record for the highest ever score on Mastermind with no passes.
Hello, I'm CJ Demouy. I've won a show of 15 to 1 and been a weakest link and 100% champion.
Hello, I'm Daphne Fowler. I've over 20 years experience on TV quizzes and I won the grand final of 15 to 1 twice.
Hi, I'm Chris Hughes and I'm still International Mastermind Champion.
Impressive, eh? Well, our challengers today are Hearts and Snails from Oxford and London. The men on the team all met at Oxford University and the women both went to University College London. The team met on the National Student Quiz Network 2 years ago. Let's meet them.
Hello, I'm Katie, I'm 24 and I've just qualified as a doctor.
Hello, I'm Jack, I'm 23 and I'm a credit analyst.
Hi, I'm Aaron, I'm 23 as well and I'm a bookmaker.
Hello, I'm Richard, I'm 23 and I'm a strategy consultant.
Hi, I'm Lucy, I'm 22 and I'm a barmaid.
So there they are, Hearts and Snails. Oh, why have you called yourself that?
It's a rather convoluted story. We'd be here all day if I was to tell you. It's an official secret, unfortunately, Dermot.
Oh, well, maybe you'll enlighten us during the course of the programme. Aaron, what would you say are the odds on you beating this lot, the Eggheads?
Probably go about 6 to 1.
6 to 1? Yeah. Against?
Absolutely. They're 10 to 1 on.
But have you got a strategy? Are you feeling pretty confident, Richard?
Yeah, well, I think we'll be looking to take out Kevin and Daphne early on and then hopefully take advantage of CJ's lack of knowledge in the final.
Now, every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our challengers. However, if they fail to defeat our Eggheads, and no one has yet, the prize money will roll over to the next show. 5 have tried so far and 5 have failed to beat the Eggheads. So, challengers, it's now £6,000 that says you cannot beat the Eggheads. The Hearts and Snails will take on an Egghead of their choice in each round. The loser of each of these head-to-head challenges will not be allowed to play in the final round. So let me tell you, Hearts and Snails, and of course you Eggheads, the first head-to-head battle will be on the subject of entertainment. Hearts and Snails, which one of you is it going to be?
Well, that's pretty entertainment. Entertainment.
I'm going to play Kevin.
Talk about having your strategy in place. Kevin, they don't think you're much good at entertainment. Well,
you're probably right.
Some of the more poppy stuff and the soaps you've fallen down on before.
Yep, absolutely. So it's a good choice.
So, Katie, it's you against Kevin in this head-to-head, and to ensure there's no conferring, would you both please take your positions in the question room? So it's Katie, our junior doctor from London, against Kevin, the all-time high-scoring mastermind champion on the subject of entertainment. And, Kevin, that's the only subject you've ever lost on Eggheads, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
And don't you know it?
Yes.
Well, there's no lack of confidence from the Hearts and Snails side. Before battle has commenced, let's see if that changes at all in the heat of battle. Just to let you know, I'll be asking each of you 3 multiple-choice questions on entertainment in turn. Whoever answers the most questions correctly, believe it or not, will be the winner. Katie, just before we start, it's your choice. Would you like to go first, or would you like Kevin to go first?
I think I'd like to go first, please, Dermot.
OK, Katie, if you're both ready, let's play. Who played Maximus in the Oscar-winning year 2000 film Gladiator?
Russell Crowe.
Your choices were Oliver Reed, Russell Crowe or Joaquin Phoenix. You've chosen Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe it is. 1-0 to you, Katie. OK, Kevin, your first question on entertainment. Book him Dano is a well-known phrase from which television police series? Is it Hawaii Five-0, Kojak or Cagney and Lacey?
Hawaii Five-0.
Book him Dano is indeed the famous phrase from Hawaii Five-0. 1-1. Katie, your second question. Who had a top 40 hit with Tutti Frutti in 1957? Was it Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard or Elvis Presley?
Little Richard.
Little Richard did indeed have a top 40 hit with Tutti Frutti in 1957. 2-1. Right, Kevin, your second question to level it up. Who starred in the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical Tell Me on a Sunday on the West End stage in 2003? Was it Martine McCutcheon, Denise Van Outen or Claire Sweeney?
Denise Van Outen.
That's the right answer. Kevin, that's 2-2. Katie, your third question. Whitney Houston is the cousin of which other singer? Diana Ross, Tina Turner or Dionne Warwick?
Dionne Warwick.
Clenched fists from the other members of the Hearts and Snails team. Dionne Warwick is once again correct. Well done, Katie. 3-2, which means, Kevin, if you get this one wrong, you will have lost 2 consecutive head-to-head challenges on the subject of entertainment. Here we go. Who was the first husband of the actress Elizabeth Taylor? Was it Nicky Hilton? Was it Michael Wilding? Or was it Eddie Fisher?
It wasn't Eddie Fisher, so I think it was Nicky Hilton.
You think? You're going with it?
I'm going with it. I'm not sure, but I'm going with it.
Daphne, do you think he was right to go with it?
He was absolutely right.
Absolutely.
Judith?
Right. Yes.
Well done, Kevin. That has levelled it at 3, or we therefore move on to sudden death. And to make it that bit harder, these questions will therefore not be multiple choice. Katie, it's your question. Which town was guarded by Captain Mannering and his men in the television sitcom Dad's Army?
Is it Wareham-on-Sea?
I'm afraid, Katie, that's the wrong answer. It's Walmington-on-Sea. Means the pendulum swings your way, Kevin. Can you win your first ever entertainment round on Eggheads? Who played the title role in the mock television chat show Mrs. Merton? Who played the title role in the mock television chat show Mrs. Merton?
Carolina Hearn.
You keep telling me you don't watch telly, you don't listen to pop music, and you're getting them all right.
No, I didn't say I didn't watch telly.
That is the right answer. Of course, Caroline Hearn does play Mrs. Merton. Well, that means you've knocked Katie out. Kevin and Katie, please come back and join your teams. Well, Hearts and Snails, you're 1 down after the first round. Aaron, you were quoting odds of 6-1 against you before that. What are they now?
33s.
I'll have a bit of that. So, as it stands, the Hearts and Snails have lost 1 brain from the final round, whilst the Eggheads have lost no brains, of course. The next subject is science. Hearts and Snails, who wants to play?
Oh, it's not.
Katie was our scientist because she's done the doctorate, and I've only got A-level science, but I'm going to try and use that against Judith.
So, Judith, Aaron, would you please take your places in the question room? So, our second round on science is our bookie Aaron against our millionaire Judith. Aaron, it's your choice as ever. Would you like to go first or second?
I think I'll go first as well, please.
What colour are the leaves of the turmeric plant? Are they blue, yellow or pink?
I'm going to go for pink.
Richard?
I don't know, but I think it's yellow.
I think the consensus with the Hearts and Snails is it's yellow. They would have been right. You're wrong. Turmeric is indeed yellow. Judith, your first question to take the lead. Who was the first American astronaut in space? Was it Alan Shepard, John Glenn or Neil Armstrong?
Neil Armstrong was the first who landed on the moon. I think it was John Glenn.
CJ,
Not the one I would have gone for.
which one would you have gone for?
I would have gone for Alan Shepherd.
It is indeed Alan Shepherd. Judith, nothing for you either. So you're still in it, Aaron. The BCG vaccine guards against which disease? Is it polio, rubella, or tuberculosis?
Tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis is the correct answer. 1-0 to Hearts and Snails. Judith, what is the theoretical opposite of the Big Bang? Is it the big squeeze, the big crunch, or the big smash?
The Big Crunch.
Kevin?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Kevin thinks it's right. It is right, Judith. That's 1-1. OK, Aaron, your third question. Gall is an alternative term for which secretion of the human body? Is it bile, saliva, or sweat?
I'm pretty sure it's bile. I'll go for bile.
Katie?
He's right, yes. The gallbladder produces bile.
Bile is the correct answer, Aaron. That makes it 2-1. It also means, Judith, that if you get this question wrong, Aaron has won this round and you will be eliminated from the final round. So, Judith, you've got to get this right. What name is given to the earliest division of the Paleozoic era? Is it Grampian, Cambrian, or Morn?
I'm going to say Cambrian, and it is a guess.
OK, it is a guess. Chris?
Yep, Cambrian.
Daphne?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very pleased with it. They're all very pleased with it. It is the right answer, Judith. Cambrian is indeed the earliest division of the Paleozoic era. So we now go to sudden death, and remember, these questions are not multiple choice, just to make it that bit harder. Aaron, it's down to you. In botany, what instrument is used to measure the uptake of water in a leafy plant? Most of your teammates are trying to telepathically get the answer to you. I do need an answer.
No, I've literally no idea, I'm afraid. Can't even think of a sensible guess.
Well, bad luck, Aaron. The answer is potometer. Potometer is used to measure the uptake of water in a leafy plant, which once again gives the advantage to Judith. It's sudden death. If you get this question right, you'll have won your head-to-head. In meteorology, what is another name for the equatorial belt of calms?
What is it the doldrums?
Chris?
Well, it's where ships used to get becalmed in sort of equatorial waters was the doldrums, so I presume that's the correct answer.
Yes, Judith, it is the correct answer. You have won your science round. Judith and Aaron, please come back and join your teams. Well, it's not doing too well, is it, Hearts and Snails? Just update me on the odds there, Aaron.
Well, now I'm out, it's about 1,000 to 1.
Oh, I see. No confidence in your remaining teammates. So you have lost 2 of your brains and the eggheads are all intact. Let's see if you can change that. The next subject is sports. Which one of you fancies that, Hearts and Snails?
Yeah, we're going to
Absolutely, 100% definitely we're doing it. 100% definitely doing it. You are definitely doing it without a doubt. And you're going to take out Daphne.
I'll have the honour of playing
Take
Daphne
her.
at sports, please.
So, Richard, you've decided to play on sport and you are choosing...
Daphne.
I knew you'd pick on me.
Please take your places in our question room. OK, so in our sports round, it's Richard McDougall, a strategy consultant from Essex, against Daphne, who's won, I suppose, too many quizzes to list here. Richard, it's your choice, of course. Would you like to go first or second?
Well, we haven't done very well going first, so I'm going to try and break the trend and go first.
What is the first name of David Beckham's second son? Hamlet, Macbeth, or Romeo?
It's Romeo.
It is indeed Romeo. Daphne, on a standard dartboard, how many points are awarded for hitting the outer bull? Is it 25, is it 30, or is it 50?
25.
25 is indeed the score for hitting an outer bull in darts. That makes it 1-1. So, Richard, your second question. What was the occupation of Christopher Dean before he joined the ice skating partnership of Torvill and Dean? Was he a policeman? Was he a soldier? or was he a pilot?
I think he might be a policeman.
Very hesitant. Do you want to go with that?
Yep.
You are correct. Christopher Dean was indeed a policeman before he teamed up with Jane Torville. Well done. Right, Daphne, your question. Who was the first female track and field athlete to win 5 medals at a single Olympics? Was it Gail Devers, Denise Lewis, or Marion Jones?
Marion Jones.
Daphne, Marion Jones did indeed win 5 medals at the Sydney Olympics in the year 2000. Back to you, Richard. Kobe Bryant is a superstar in which American sport? Basketball, baseball, or American football?
Thank goodness for that. It's basketball.
Kobe Bryant is indeed a basketball star. Daphne, you've got to get this one right, or you've lost. Which football player was awarded the PFA Young Player of the Year award in 2003? Was it Wayne Rooney? Was it Craig Bellamy? Or was it Jermaine Jenas?
It was Jermaine Jenas.
It is Jermaine Jenas, not Wayne Rooney, not Craig Bellamy. Well done, Daphne. That makes it 3-all, which means, of course, we now move on to sudden death. Richard, what is the name of the British skier nicknamed the Highlander who was stripped of his Olympic slalom bronze medal in 2002?
I think it is a Muck something. So, is it something like McRae? I'm going to go for that.
OK. Aaron, I'm taking McRae.
Can you take Alan Baxter instead?
Afraid I can't. The correct answer is Alan Baxter.
Oh, of course it is.
Lost his bronze medal there in the Winter Olympics. Well, it's not over yet, Richard. Daphne still has to get this one correct, or you live to fight again. Daphne, what does the TT stand for in the name of the annual TT motorcycle races on the Isle of Man?
Tourist Trophy.
Couldn't wait to get that out, could you? Have you got a motorbike?
Oh, no. Can you see me on one?
Yes. She's pretty impressive, isn't she? Daphne, Richard, please come back and join your teams. As it stands, the Hearts and Snails have lost 3 brains from the final round, whilst the Eggheads have lost none of theirs. The last subject before our final round is arts and books. Jack, Lucy, which one of you is it going to be?
OK, right.
I really think you should be in the final round.
OK, Lucy, who are you going to take on? And remember, it can't be Kevin, Judith or Daphne. They've already played and won.
Think. Yeah, CJ. Sorry, mate.
CJ. And just remind them of your degree.
English.
OK, please take your positions in the question room. OK, Lucy, you've decided to take on CJ in the category of arts and books. And would you like to go first or let CJ go?
I think we might as well stick with the pattern. I'll go first, please.
The Turner Prize is organised by which British art gallery? Is it the Tate, the Hayward or the National?
I think it's the Tate.
Lucy, well done. The Tate Gallery does indeed organise the Turner Prize. 1-0. OK, CJ, here's your first question. Man and Boy is a novel by which writer? Is it Tony Parsons, Nick Hornby or Dominic Holland?
I believe it's the prequel to Man and Wife by Tony Parsons.
Tony Parsons did indeed write Man and Boy. Well done, that makes it 1-1. Lucy, John Bull, the personification of all things English, was the creation of which writer? Was it Henry Fielding, John Arbuthnot or Jerome K. Jerome?
I don't think it's Jerome K. Jerome. And I've never heard of the guy in the middle. And I really haven't got a clue, but I'm going to go for Henry Fielding.
OK, you didn't have much of a clue, you're telling me.
John Arbuthnot.
Arbuthnot. No, we're not now.
Arbuthnot say all the Eggheads. Guess what? They're right. You're wrong, Lucy. CJ, your second question. What is the name of Alice's own cat in Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland? Dinah, Beatrice, or Frida?
Well, welcome back to the question about which I've got no idea. I don't know. Let's try Frida.
Daphne, you had your head on the desk there.
It's Dinah.
It is. CJ, it's Dinah, not Frida. This means the scores remain level. OK, Lucy, your third question. Which writer, born in 1572, is considered to be England's first poet laureate? Is it Edmund Spenser, Ben Jonson, or William Wordsworth?
I don't think it's Wordsworth. I think Edmund Spenser's a bit earlier than that. So I'm going to go for Ben Jonson.
Well, however you got it, you did get it. Ben Jonson is the correct answer. CJ?
Yes?
Which musical instrument takes its name from the Greek word meaning sweet-voiced? Is it the tuba, the trombone, or the euphonium?
Well, have a guess that my Greek isn't terribly up to date, but as voice has something to do with sound and euphonium has phone in the middle, let's go for euphonium.
Well, CJ, you've kept yourself in the game. It is euphonium, which means, of course, sudden death, Lucy. The Wasp Factory is a 1984 book by which writer?
Ian Banks.
Yep.
They like it. Hearts and Snails like it. Eggheads don't because they know it's the right answer too. Ian Banks, well done. CJ, sudden death. It's Greek again. In Greek mythology, who was the mother of Oedipus?
I don't know. Let's have a guess. On the pure basis that the Oedipus complex is connected with the Electra complex, and Electra's mother was Clytemnestra, let's go with that, but I've no idea.
Sorry, what are you going with?
Clytemnestra.
Clytemnestra. What do you think, Eggheads?
Jocasta.
Jocasta.
Jocasta is the correct answer, CJ. Means you've lost. Well done, Lucy. Got you through to the final round. You took on CJ, you came out on top. Lucy, CJ, please come back and join your teams. So, Hearts and Snails, it's time for the final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads will not be allowed to take part in this round. So, Katie, Aaron and Richard from the Hearts and Snails, and just CJ from the Eggheads, would you please leave the studio? OK, Hearts and Snails, or what remains of the Hearts and Snails, Jack and Lucy, you're playing to win your team £6,000. Judith, Kevin, Daphne and Chris, you're playing, I suppose, for something much more important to you than a mere £6,000. Your unbeaten record, that's priceless. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn, and this time the questions are all general knowledge, and you are allowed to confer. Hearts and Snails, would you like to go first or second?
We'll go second.
You're going to go second. You're going to let the Eggheads kick off and hope they stumble. So for £6,000, let's play the final round. Eggheads, your first question, final round. With which instrument would you associate the musician James Galway? Is it the cello, the flute, or the saxophone?
Flute.
Flute.
You're telling me it's the flute?
We are.
Flute is the correct answer, the instrument associated with James Galway. 1-0 to the Eggheads. Hearts and Snails, what does the W stand for in George W. Bush? Is it Walter, Walker, or William?
OK, I'm pretty sure it's Walker, because his dad's George Herbert Walker Bush.
It's Walker.
Walker?
Yeah.
Walker.
You're pretty sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. 1-1. OK, Eggheads. The canary creeper and Indian cress are types of which flower? Lily, nasturtium, or laburnum?
Nasturtium.
Yeah, we'll go for that.
Yeah.
Shall I say?
You do it, Jude.
We're going to go for a nasturtium.
pretty sure about this?
Fairly sure.
Well, fairly sure is good enough. Nasturtium is indeed the name for canary creeper and Indian cress. They're types of nasturtium. Hearts and snails, your second question. What is the meaning of the word poltergeist when translated from the German? Here are the choices: noisy spirit, invisible man, or home invader.
It's German. It's from German.
It's German.
Do you know German?
I know enough
Yeah.
German.
Geist sounds like ghost or spirit or something.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty
You're
sure
pretty
it's
sure?
noisy.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Geist, polter. Sounds like it anyway.
So what are you
That's
saying?
Gut feeling.
We
Noisy
think,
spirit.
We think noisy spirit.
OK, you're going with noisy spirit. I can tell you that poltergeist, when we translate it from the German, translates into noisy spirit. 2-2.
Okay.
OK, third question to the Eggheads. Which comic book superhero was created by Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel? Was it Spider-Man? Was it Superman? Or was it Daredevil?
Superman.
Superman. They did indeed create Superman, which makes it 3-2. Pressure back on you. You want that £6,000, don't you?
We do indeed.
Well, then you've got to get this question right. Which of these units of measurement is equal to 3 miles? The fathom, the light year, or the league?
It's a league.
It's certainly not a light
A
year.
fathom is 6 feet, and it's not a light year.
League.
So by process of elimination, you've come up with...
And Lucy's raw knowledge as well.
And Lucy's raw knowledge. OK, league is the correct answer. Well done.
Right, okay.
3-3. And as it's level, after 3 questions, we now go to sudden death. Over to you, Eggheads. What is the name of the international law enforcing organisation set up in 1923 with Austrian policeman Johann Schober as its first president?
Yeah, you do this one, Chris.
That's Interpol.
Well done, Eggheads. That puts you in the lead once again. Hearts and snails. In June 2003, which of the 3 tenors received an honorary music degree from Oxford University?
I vaguely remember Pavarotti being in the news, but I can't remember what for.
Seems like the most likely.
Do you want to go for that then?
I haven't heard anything about the other 2 in the news at all.
So your
Pavarotti.
answer?
Yep, Pavarotti.
In June 2003, for £6,000, Placido Domingo received an honorary music degree from Oxford University. Listen, bad luck, but you took them far. There were only 2 of you against 4 of them. Hearts and snails, commiserations to you too, and of course the other 3 sitting behind you. True to form, the Eggheads have won, and their unbeaten record continues. I'm afraid you won't be going home with that £6,000, which means that the money will roll over to our next show. Eggheads, congratulations once again. Can anyone beat you? That's the question everyone's asking. Do join us next time to see if the new challengers have the brains and that little bit of luck to defeat our Eggheads. £7,000 says they can't. Goodbye.
I think, looking back, my favourite quiz show was Sale of the Century in 1983. We didn't have a car at the time, and we desperately needed one, and I won it, so it was the start of a wonderful career. And now I'm doing this, which is wonderful. I love it.